Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez Williams, and I am going to make a new bread. Now, this is like a loaf pan bread, not a flat bread. It'll have more body to it, and it is going to be amazingly delicious with cheddar, dill, and onion. So we have 2 eggs and 1 cup of cottage cheese. This is full fat cottage cheese, and it is, I don't think it matters which, like these are small curds, but you could use medium or large curds. That part doesn't matter.
What are you making?
And it's a bread. This is a low carb bread that is cheddar, dill, and onion.
Dinner?
Well, part of our dinner. So first we're gonna blend our mixture. So let me grab this so I will say hi. And I have my blender and having a hard time closing it. There we go. All right. Now we're gonna mix the rest in a bowl so that it's easy to mix in, and we're not blending the rest, we're mixing it. So this is the base, and then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients to this. Tell me where you're watching from, thumbs up, hearts, share this video. If you like that sound of that combination, cheddar, dill, and onion, tell me like it or sounds good. If you're not sure, put not sure, that's okay. And I'm excited for you to try this. These eggs this week have been very orange. It's been really fun. Yeah, they've been very orange. The yolks have been very orange. Okay, now to this we're going to add a few of our dry ingredients. But first I'm gonna add some of them to my bowl here because it's easier to mix the some of it. So this is a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. So half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and I'm going to mix this in and kind of just stir it around so it doesn't clump. I just don't want it to be in clumps. And then I'm going to use this bowl to mix a little bit of my almond flour with my spices. So I have a tablespoon of almond flour, and I'm going to mix this with a quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper. Quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm going to mix it with a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Half a teaspoon of onion powder. And a half a teaspoon of pink salt. And then now I'm going to stir all of these together so that they're well combined. And with this almond flour, so it more easily combines with everything else. And then I'm going to put in another quarter cup of almond flour into here and stir that. So that's also combined with these spices. And tell me where you're watching from. Thumbs up, hearts, share this video. If you like bread, put bread in the comments. This is I have not made very many breads on here yet that are like loaf breads. I have a few recipes, but I have not made them yet. So this is exciting. Here, we're going to add a half a cup of almond flour directly into our mixture. Into our batter, our bread batter, and get this well combined with the cheese and the almond flour, the eggs, the cottage cheese. And then now we're gonna add the rest of our almond flour plus our spices. So this is now a total of 3/4 cup plus a tablespoon, and then plus our spices. And then the last ingredient will be the main ingredient, the fun ingredient, the dill. So I'm going to mix this in till it's all well combined. Okay, now you can see it's gotten much thicker. And now all we've got to do is add our dill. So we're gonna add 2 to 3 tablespoons of dill. I have a little bit left on my cutting board. So I'm gonna put a little bit at a time so that I can get it more even. So this has this much in it so far. I'm gonna kind of move that in, push that in, I think first before I kind of clump it. I don't want it to clump. Ooh, it's gonna be pretty. You can't tell. All right, almost. Now I'm gonna put the rest of this in here. So I just finely chopped dill, fresh dill. If you're not using fresh dill, you could use dried dill, but you're going to use 2 to 3 teaspoons of it. All right, so this is 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh dill. I love the smell of dill. All right, let's smell. And the dill and the onion, oh, and the cheddar, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. All right, now you can maybe see just how like pretty, I don't know if you can. Well, it looks pretty because it has all these little herbs in it. Okay, now what I did is I took my loaf pan, which is a Pyrex. You don't have to use a Pyrex, but I have my loaf pan, and I crumpled a piece of parchment paper, and then I put some water on it, and then I undid it and was able to fit it better into my mold. So it's kind of a trick, a hack that I saw somewhere. And because usually it just like sits awkwardly in there. And this way you can get it more in there. You still kind of have to have this folded part, but it works well. And then I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees. And now I'm going to pour this so that it's evenly distributed as much as possible across all of this. And I'll show you that in a second. And then when we bake it, we want it to get golden on the outside. And we're gonna want to let it sit 10 to 15 minutes before and cool before we try to cut it. It'll cut much easier if we do that. Okay. Getting all of this goodness out. Now I'm gonna just kind of move it so it gets into more spots more evenly. Okay. So you can see it is occupying, let's see, about, you can see how tall it is. I don't know that it will rise too much, but it will be able to be sliced. So it's gonna be really good. And I need to check my recipe that I created to see just, okay, so 30 to 40 minutes. You want your knife to come out clean and it to be able to be done in the center. But golden on the top, or golden around, you won't be able to tell on the sides, but golden. And then I'm gonna be able to flip it out because I want to be able to not pull out of the parchment paper, I'm gonna peel the parchment paper off of it. So that will be the trick to getting it out. So that's it. I'll let you know how it turns out. From my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world.